Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome to another edition of the Sports Shop 27. I'm your host, Jermaine Colter. To the far right, we got Kevin Johnson, KJ. And today's special guest, we have all ACC. I mean,
Yeah.
he's a Clemson Hall of Famer, man. Stats on stats on stats. From Dillon, South Carolina. Former 49er, Derrick Hamilton. What's
What's
going
up?
on,
What's
D-Ham?
up?
What's up, now?
What's going on? Hey,
Nothing
everybody
much,
out there
man. Glad to
watching.
have you on the show, man.
Glad to be on here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know it. You know it. So let everybody know where you from and a little bit about your background, D-Ham.
Well, background, sure everybody know. If you don't know me, I'm from Dillon, South Carolina. Born and raised, played football, basketball there. Later on, earned a scholarship to Clemson. Played there from 2000 to 03 and drafted in the third round in 04 to San Francisco.
Yes, sir. It is draft weekend, man. You been following the draft this week?
Somewhat, man. Been in and out the house, but kind of get the updates from coaches and just TVs and little ticks.
Okay, cool. So let the people know how you started playing football. What sports did you start off first? Was football the first love, or was it something else?
Nah, man. Well, I started playing because I got an older cousin that go by the name of Terrence Hamilton. Like, man, he probably should play football himself. But my first love was basketball. But growing up in Dillon, you know, that's a football city, so that's, you know, ain't much to do but play football and sports. So I think I started playing rec ball at the age of 11 for St. Eugene. Started out as a quarterback.
Okay. So how did you like playing quarterback, man? Was that something that you had like, or you just wanted to get out of there?
Man, I won't throwing the ball. I was running every other play.
Running quarterback.
Man, I was out there running for my life, and coach was steady calling it. So I guess I was doing pretty good.
Cool. So you're 11 years old. Was that Pop Warner that you were playing at the time?
No, yeah, it's called Dillon Recreation, but I started off straight into tackle. I missed the flag little part. Straight tackle.
Wow.
Okay. So just talk about playing in middle school. Did you make that transition from quarterback to receiver then, or was it high school?
Well, it was funny thing because I got a story. Think it was like what was it? It was workouts that in the spring you either go to basketball or football. And my coach was like, if I go to basketball, it's 7th grade. We call it 8th grade. We call it B team, which is 7th and 8th graders.
Okay.
And I was like, man, he's like, if you go to basketball, you won't be quarterback. And I was like, all right. So, I went straight to basketball practice.
Wow.
And end up
what
being
position you played in basketball?
Man, I played small forward, center. I played it all. Whatever they need me to do, I played it.
Point guard too?
Okay. You got some dunk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got some dunk highlights?
Man, I'm pretty sure I got a couple on. I was 3A All-State basketball too now.
What you playing like Kevin Durant?
Okay.
I was more like a slasher guard. I played I played Raymond Felton, Jerome Harper, Rolando Howard, rest in peace. Gerard Gerald down in our area. Man, there's a bunch of guys we played with.
Cool.
Yeah, man. And speaking of that, I see that in 1999, you and Roscoe played against each other in the state championship.
Yeah, it was also Roscoe, Cal, a guy I coached with named Cedric Jeter now. Man, them boys was loaded. Like, they was killing everybody. And we fought them well. We ended up losing 25-28, and that was a heartbreaker. But ended up coming to Clemson, and they came and we became pretty good friends and still talk to this day.
That's good.
Yeah. So talk about your recruiting process, at Dillon. I know you probably had a lot of schools coming at you. Why did you choose Clemson?
Well, at the time, you know, I think I was a late bloomer. Started getting offers my senior year. And, you know, it was like what, South Carolina, North Carolina, and a bunch of letters, man. But at the time, and even I got a little bit from basketball. What's the school? College of Charleston. Coach came talk to me, and probably some other small schools. But I knew my best fit would be for football. So, and at the time, I didn't. It wasn't like today's time with the kids. They got all the hats and all the schools. Yeah. Man, I knew I was going to Clemson. I didn't want to take all these other unnecessary trips, and just stuck with it and rolled it out. But they still was calling, man. They get kind of nerve wracking, but that's part of the game. Try to get you to come.
Yeah. So who was recruiting you at the time? Was this Coach Stockstill or what?
Yeah, Coach Stockstill. He came, watched a couple games. Then he talked to me, and he's a pretty good guy, great recruiter.
Yes.
I don't think he really promised me anything. He just come in, work hard. And Coach Bowden came in and sealed the deal.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Cool. So Rick Stockstill is a big part of Clemson recruitment during the early 2000s. I see everybody that's been under him says they impacted their life a great deal. So I can't wait to get him on the show and ask him a couple questions. Who was the guy that took you under their wing when you came to Clemson as far as a player?
Man, my recruiting guy was Bernard Rembert. But I didn't come. It was a Friday night. I got there late because I had a basketball game. And then he came up. He's like, man, you want to go out? I was like, man, no, I'm tired. So I missed the big party and all that. And got with the guys the next day. They were like, man, where you was at? I was like, man, I was tired and asleep. So, but if you know me, you know partying is all right. But man, coming out that basketball game, and I was so tired. I ain't even really go out to catch the big party.
Man.
Cool. So your freshman year, I think you rotated with some other guys. I know your sophomore year you started. Woody was your quarterback. Talk about playing, receiver and catching the ball from Woody Dessler at the time.
Man, well, first of all, I redshirted my true freshman year. I ended up getting hurt and pulled my hamstring, and that took a while.
Yeah, I remember
but
that.
For those out there that's watching and listening, if you do get red shirt, it's not a big deal. I say take advantage of it. Okay. And then following the season, I was red shirt freshman, set a couple records, ended up being freshman All-American.
Yep,
but I got my first pass from Woody, first touchdown against NC State at their place. But playing, catching balls for Woody was great, man, because he was running the ball, so they trying to get him. So scramble drill was open a lot, and Woody's a good guy, so he had to be an excellent downfield blocker because he was going to get loose regardless.
Oh yeah, most
I think one of them pitches is still in the stadium. I think on his 1,000-yard rush, 2,000-yard passing, I'm up there in the picture blocking. So, so that was pretty cool.
So did you play special teams as well? I know you returned punts, right?
Yeah, I returned kicks and punts. I never did get a punt return, but I got a couple kicks returned. It's just about having the ball and trying to go score. If you're a receiver or a special teams guy and you just getting the ball and trying to do something with it, which is pretty awesome.
Well, definitely.
Yeah, man. Are you flying on special teams? I know Mance was returning punts and kicks before you did, I think, and then the next following year you started returning kicks. How many kickoff returns you had for a touchdown?
Man, I want to say maybe around 4. I think my first one was in Maryland, up at that place. It was like 102 yards. I think I had one against North Carolina. And I can't remember all of them, but I think I had about a total of 4. But no punt returns. That kind of hurt. I got against Georgia Tech. I think I fell on the 5-yard line, one of those trip ups. It didn't quite get in there. So, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So
go ahead, KJ.
I know you mentioned Woody, as your quarterback. So what about, you had Willie Simmons, Charlie Whitehurst?
Yeah. Okay. Well, with the quarterbacks, okay, with Woody, what I remember most, he's electrifying, get out the pocket, pass. I got my first touchdown with him. Then Willie Simmons, he came in, and what I remember about Willie, he's smart, great passer, and my most memorable touchdown with him was against Boise in the Idaho Bowl. We adjusted. He called a slant route to me. I caught it and scored, and kind of Dion in the end zone.
Yeah, I saw you.
And then Charlie, Charlie was like come in, the freshman phenom, throwing the ball all over the place. Yeah. And his touchdown would be against Florida State when we beat them in 2003.
Stadium, baby.
Yeah, I kind of got in the end zone, and the guy was like, "Come hug him," and I halfway hugged him. And then he pulled me up into the end zone, and that's when everybody rushed, and I got a flag. That was a great night. That felt awesome.
Yeah.
Word.
So
I got a clip of you right here, man. I think you did a jet sweep or something against Georgia Tech. You want to check it out real quick?
Yeah.
With
Georgia Tech in the nickel package, Clemson feels they can run the football a little bit on it.
Hamilton on the handoff, got a seam. Derrick Hamilton. Touchdown, Clemson. What a run.
Yeah, baby. Take it back right
sir.
there.
Oh, yeah, man. That was...
Walk us through that play, bro.
I forgot what they called it. Like pretty much a jet sweep from the slot. Got the ball. Man, I ran that play so many times, and I think they overflow, and I'm always looking not to get tackled, so I cut back a lot. And Willie Simmons was actually there to block, and if you know Willie, after about 10, 15 yards, he usually fall down. So luckily he stayed up, and I was able to score, man. I was able to get in the box, and that was a great day. That game, I think I probably broke a single game record. Something. It was something, but I had a great day that game.
Yeah,
cool. So name some of the top defenders you faced in the ACC during that era. You guys had great competition, man, with Georgia Tech, Virginia. You also had North Carolina and NC State. Torrey Holt's brother was playing safety at the time. Talk about that a little bit.
Oh man, I can't really remember names, but see, I played slot. So what they would do, they would bring the linebacker out and roll the safety down over the top. So it was really a lot of linebackers. I remember a guy from Florida State. I think his name was Pope. Man, he hit me on a crossing route so hard. That's probably the hardest I've been hit at the goal line. But mainly it was linebackers and some safeties. Safeties, they couldn't really do too much. They had to have help. So, but never really got too many matches with like a certain corner that was like, okay, he's that real deal.
Yeah, they probably do
because I was a mixed match in the slot.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yes, sir. So you guys went to a humanitarian bowl. I think that was your the first year you started in 01, right? Talk about that a little bit, playing in the cold out there in a humanitarian bowl.
Yeah, up in the mountain.
That was it really wasn't that cold, man. We come out before the pregame, it was snowing, and on the blue field, they did that little thing, they dried it off.
But trying to clear it off,
yeah. But playing on the blue turf was cool. But man, we got to drive snowmobiles, man. That was awesome. So they was just letting us out there go wild. And if you know me, I'm all into that. So, but the game was cool itself. Just going to any bowl and getting to playing again That was great. But I think I might have had a couple catches, touchdown. We got the win, so that was always great.
Oh yeah.
Experience my first bowl game.
Yes, sir. So you guys play Florida State. You finally get to beat them. I think that was in like 03. Am I right?
Yeah,
With
03
Charlie
we beat them.
Whitehurst, right?
Yeah, with Charlie.
Yes, sir. And you guys beat him at home. And he threw a deep pass to you, man. Can you walk us through that play a little bit? Before you do, I have the clip. Let me show everybody the speed of Derrick Hamilton.
Quick on the calculator, our statistician 65%. Throwing long on second down. Throwing for Hamilton, who's got it. 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Derrick Hamilton. You could probably count on one hand the number of times that Florida State's fast secondary has been beaten this season. A year ago, for most of that first half, Derrick Hamilton clearly was the best player on the field down in Tallahassee when the Tigers built the lead. That time, there was no touching it.
Okay.
Those guys weren't slow at all at Florida State.
Yeah, man, that was
Yeah, he was.
I think we called that one from the sideline. I'm so used to running we used to call it a hunt route, 10 and across. After you catching that. So we had the safety set up. So Charlie pump fake to the right. So I ran up, gave him a jab like I was going back across, but I kept going. And after that, it was over. Charlie laid it up, fell in the end zone, really. Just walked it on in. I think that one sealed the deal there. But that was a great night overall for the whole team, though.
Putting in work.
You went on to win that game, and I think later that year, you guys played Tennessee in the Peach Bowl. Am I correct?
Yeah, we played Tennessee and Atlanta, and that was another one. I think they was highly ranked. I think they was ranked 3 or 4 in the nation at that time.
They were.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think they was a little upset they didn't get a BCS bowl or something, but we came ready to play, and they didn't, and we came out on top.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's 2 bowl rings for you. You're at Clemson University. You're getting ready to leave to go to the NFL Combine. Maybe that's 15, 16 years ago to this weekend, if you think about it. It's draft weekend again. Talk about that experience, man. Coming from a small place like Dillon, and your dreams about to come true.
That's right, man.
Well, like going to the draft, what you see is all right. What you see is pretty good, like the route running, the bench press, the 40. Well, I actually didn't run the 40 there, but all that is good. But what you don't see is the doctor appointments, the measuring of your height, weight, your interviews. Man, that get kind of draining, but it was a good experience. But I could do without all the doctor visits and the interviews, asking the same question over and over. I know they're trying to get to know you, but man, after about 1 or 2, you like, man, look, let's go. Yeah, so, but that's something. Get the chance to make it and play a little bit. So that's how that went.
Yeah, that's good, man. So before you went to the draft, you guys put up 63 points against South Carolina Gamecocks. I think that's probably the most points y'all put up on the Gamecocks, maybe in school history. But let's talk about this pass right here. Charlie hit you up on.
Another blitz picked up this time, and Whitehurst going deep. Caught! Touchdown! Derrick Hamilton, 36 yards. Whitehurst to Hamilton for the 10th time.
Oh boy,
Yes, sir.
them Gamecocks, man.
Yeah.
That's how you hit him.
You hit him on the seam, right? Yeah.
That's how you hit him.
Nobody open. Nobody was in the seam. So talk about that play a little bit.
That was like the first drive, and we kind of stalled. So it's 3rd down, and they know they coming to me. So it was actually a corner post. Run up on them, break to the corner, Safety get over the top because he knew it was coming, but ended up breaking back crossing and down the middle, and Charlie hit me in stride. And also it was like 3 older guys in wheelchair and 1 Clemson guy in the middle, and I get on high five, and the referee was trying to get me out. And man, that just started a ride out there. We just rolled on from then on.
Yeah. What's up? Eric Cole.
What's up, E. Cole?
Coleman.
What's going on?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. So you go to the draft, 3rd round, picked by the 49ers. Talk about going to their organization and the feeling that you get putting on a 49er jersey.
Man, being drafted was awesome. You know, it's just something like, I figure if I played for Clemson for 4 years, I should have a chance. And just getting drafted, moving out there, and with so much tradition going on at 49ers, it was just a great place to be. But at that time, man, that was kind of rebuilding, and I didn't really play too much, and then injury came. But just the experience and being out there was pretty cool. Still get to think about it from this day.
So.
Ooh, man, are you still keep in contact with any former players or coaches from the 49ers organization?
Maybe 1 or 2. I don't know. My buddy Mike Adams, you know, we might talk through Instagram, or Tony Brown. Just a couple of us still talk to.
Hey, did you get a chance to talk to Jerry Rice?
So it was a hamstring, and go ahead, KJ.
Yeah, did you get a chance to talk to Jerry Rice?
Man, I actually met Jerry Rice when he was doing Dancing with the Stars. He came through and they was filming. I got to meet him, shake his hand, man. I mean, Jerry hands felt like bricks. I'm talking about it was like if you got an uncle or something that
working hands,
that do brick mason. That's what his hands felt like. So you know he was his hands were super strong, man.
Off season, yeah,
man. He was old school like that.
Yeah, dang. That's a good story right there.
You think he still work out like he does?
Talking about Jerry or me?
Jerry.
I don't know, man. He probably I think Jerry passed that age now. He probably do a little something, keep him burn a couple calories, ride a bike or something.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, cool, man. So let the people know what you got going on now, D-Ham.
Well, right now I'm up in Newberry, Newberry High School. I coach football and I coach track. And currently we in track season. I might have a couple guys that go to upper state. But that's what I'm doing now. I got 3 kids, Kay, Chloe, and Kendall, married to Kim Hamilton. So being a father is been awesome, man. Just raising them, keeping them grounded. You know, we ride ATVs, hunting, fishing, just the normal dad things, I would call it. Try to teach them a little bit.
Yeah.
Yep. So you still working out with it? Go ahead, KJ.
Yeah. Hey, did you play in arena football or anything like that?
KJ, I did a little bit. Like, you know, after the NFL, I was kind of bouncing around and went to Canada, but didn't really stay and did like a week or 2 in arena. Then got back at a workout with the Saints to a camp. I actually went to a camp. Man, I did pretty good at first practice, and then that knee started aching again. I was like, man, I couldn't even do it, KJ. I ended up telling the coach, like, look, I got to go figure out what's wrong with my knee, and end up being it had to be cleaned out again. But man, yeah, I did a little bit, but you know, the knee just wouldn't let me, and I knew it was that time.
I understand that.
Oh man. Yep. Sometimes, you know, you have an injury that won't go away, and you just got to hang it up, man. But overall, man, you had a great career. Is there any advice you have for someone right now that's about to walk in the shoes you just walked out of?
Going into the NFL or going to college, which one?
All 3. I mean, you went through the whole transition.
I mean, going into college, I would say just trust the process at the school. I'm pretty sure you get better each year you go, but you got to put in the work on the field and off the field in the classroom. And I know once you get there, it's a change, man. You got to go through that little process and just keep grinding, and things will come. Now the NFL, that's different. You pretty much set, and you gotta go out and get it. And man, you got guys been there 6-7 years that know everything, so you just gotta take it and just keep grinding. Don't take it for granted. Just keep, just enjoy it while you can, because everybody says the NFL is not for long. So
That's right.
So you just gotta enjoy it while you can and put in the work.
That's right. Good advice.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah. So, who was the coach that motivated you the most or inspired you the most? And after that question, why did you end up coaching? Because there's a lot of things that you could have done after football, but why coach?
The coach that inspired me the most, who would that be? I wouldn't say just one coach, because you kind of take a little bit from each one. So I always thank Stockstill for coming to get me out of Dillon, because he can go anywhere in the world. He felt like that I was good enough to play on that level. I also got a high school coach goes by Coach Kelly. He always pushed me to do better. One of the first ones around that time to go to a big D1 school, and Coach Sweeney, he stayed on me a lot because I guess he saw the potential, and that he pushed me to try to get better. I'm talking about, man, I do something wrong, he jumped on me. I do something right, he jumped on me. He just pushed me because he knew what was coming on the next level.
That's right. Yeah.
And for getting into coaching, that's, to me, that was the way of giving back. To take what I know and try to give it to the young guys is now in today's time. Like, I wish I had somebody that played in the NFL that could teach me in high school. I think that's a blessing in itself, but that's one of the main reasons I got back into it, though. I feel, to me, that's the way to give back to the younger kids.
Good stuff, man.
Yeah. It's gratifying. It's gratifying being able to pass that knowledge down and skill set and be able to give it to them earlier than you was able to receive it. I understand exactly where you're coming from. So who's that blue chip all-star player that you have right now under your wing that we should be looking out for?
That's Zach Chalmers. He's a receiver / safety. He's about 6'2", 190. He's a pretty big boy. He got about 10 to 12 offers right now. And just trying to tell them to let things come naturally, man. That younger crowd and that social media, and man, I'm pretty sure we would have been the same way if we got it. So I just try to tell them, be mindful of that. He always asking what should he post about the schools, and I tell him, man, just post them all from big to small, because you never know. And I'm just trying to guide them to the best that I know how.
That's right.
Great job, man. So how far did you guys go in the playoff this past season?
This past season, we lost to I forgot. We lost in the first round, man. COVID killed us. We had a pretty good momentum, and we had to sit out for 2 weeks, and that kind of killed the momentum. But hopefully this year will be different. We got some returning players. Each year different. Let's see how this COVID turn out and what they allow us to do and what not to do, and just take it game by game.
Okay, cool. So any other track stars that you're coaching right now? I know you guys in the track season, correct?
Yeah, I got a young kid, sophomore, that goes by the name of O.D. Robinson. And he's been doing very well. I think he's going to make it to at least the upper state, and what he got, 110 high hurdles and the 400 hurdles. So he haven't lost in those events yet, and I look for him to do well this year. And maybe the 4x1 team is decent, but I think we should be able to make it to upper state.
What's up, man?
Cool. So any camps or anything that you affiliated with? I know Kyle has one. Is there any other camps? And if so, Can you let the people know how to get in contact with you if they want their kid to learn how to be a receiver or, run a track or anything like that?
No, I'm not really. I don't have a camp of my own, but if the guys hit me up, hey, like, let's come do this camp. I know I usually help Cal, but I'm always available. If somebody need me, they know how to get in contact with me. Especially if it's one of the boys or former teammates. We try to have each other backs.
That's what's up, man.
Cool, man. All right, before we leave, man, you got any shout outs? Anybody you want to, say hey to or, mention before we leave out of here? And also let the people know where they can follow you at on social media. I know you don't deal with Facebook, but let them know the other accounts you have.
Oh, let's shout out y'all guys, KJ and you, for having me on. You're doing your things. You got to start somewhere, and I'm just glad I was able to help you. Shout out to all my teammates from Clemson. Tony. Still talk to Tony Youngblood, the same old crew, Cal, Troy. Who else? Everybody really. If you need to find me, I'm on Instagram. I think it's dham2188. That's pretty much it.
Correct.
My family or whoever else watching.
All right, man. Well, we just wanted to thank you for coming on the show, man. A big playmaker with Clemson, one of the top, I'd say 5 receivers that ever came out of Clemson. Electrifying catcher and run after the catch. You guys have just tuned in to another edition of Sports Shop 27. I'm your host, Jermaine Colter. And to the far right, we have Kevin Johnson. And today's special guest, we like to thank former Clemson and 49er wide receiver, Derrick Hamilton. All right. Until the next time, guys, be safe. No problem. Wear your mask, and we'll see you next time. Enjoy your weekend, and peace.
Peace.
It's how you finish.
Later. It's how you finish.
That's right.
Later.
Cool.
All right.